Okay, let's wait for a bit. Still waiting. Greetings, everyone. Today is a live story, a live stream story. Trying something new. Let's begin. In the far deep forest, echoes lie around. People sing a nice areas. The forest goes in for miles. Rumor has it that when you go in, you can never leave. So one day, a little boy went in with his pet fox to travel around the world. They figured it was a shortcut to the nearest town, so they tried it out. Each day, passing through the forest, getting deeper and deeper in. It seems like nobody will come for them, but they don't care. The little boy and his pet fox were happy they were going to the new town. They were excited to see what's there, what's always been there. So one day they take a break of walking. They sat down on the hard floor, getting a bowl out for his fox and pouring some water inside, leaving some water for himself. They both drank out of the water. Exhausted, they decided to take a nap in the forest. The fox fell asleep after the boy. The little boy dreamt of the village he's going to. Inside of the village, everything seems perfect. Nothing goes without him. Everything is working out for him. But going inside of the village, people were coming out, telling him, "You better leave. This village is a curse. We've been stuck here for years." Waking up in fear, seeing his pet fox still next to him, asleep. What was that? He said in his mind. It has to be a nightmare or something else. A vision? He thought to himself, going back to sleep and thinking what that dream meant. So we enter to the fox. The fox was running in a field of in a valley of flowers. In a field of flowers, everywhere the fox sees is a beautiful area. Flowers seems unexistent in reality, but the fox keeps thinking to itself, "This has to be real. I want to go here." Getting more into the flowers, rolling up and down on the flower beds, and getting up from last time he saw fire surrounding him. Looking back, there was fire behind him as well. Looking around him, fire. There was no exit. He was trapped. He thought, "I'm gonna die here. Someone help." collapsing down of breath. He waked up and breathed heavily, panting from the nightmare he had. The field of flowers was on fire. Too much, he thought. What really happened in the dream? The fields looked nice. Never once got on fire. What did it mean for him? None of them know. The dreams they had were visions for themselves. The fox stayed up all night, watching his owner. The little boy was waking up from himself, looking around and seeing his fox looking at him. I'm sorry that there's some interruptions. Okay, back to where we at. Okay, let's begin again. Waking up, seeing his pet fox looking at him, shaking. What's wrong? You had a nightmare as well? Everything will be okay as soon as we go to the village. It's time to get up and walk. But you must be hungry. Opening his bag and getting some food out for himself and for his pet fox. Here you go. Eat up. Opening a can of dog food for his pet fox and putting it into the bowl. The fox ate it. Slowly is eating, savoring every bite. Now it's his turn to eat. Looking in his bag and getting a sandwich. And taking a bite. Savoring his food. Each bite was nice and calming. Finishing his food and stretching to get up. Okay. Seeing his fox finish the food as well, putting the bowl back inside of his bag. Okay, let's go. The fox as well stretched his paws in front of him, walking more inside of the forest. It seems like goes on forever, he thought, but he'd seen a light and wondering, what is it? A light? He said. He thinks the people there, probably the village that he heard about, or something else. Either way, they went to it, but very carefully watching the steps. Lucky for them, there were no booby traps at all towards the light. It was a wooden shack. It seems like it'd been abandoned for years, but the, the light was not electricity. It was not electricity, he thought. It was a candlelight. An old-fashioned lantern that lit up by a candle. Knocking on the door and waiting for an answer. Knocking again. Are you there? Hello? The little boy said. Turning the doorknob, it was unlocked. He was surprised. Looking around the cabin, it seems like it's been abandoned. Closing the door, but not going inside, he walked around the cabin, seeing there was nothing around it. It was just a wooden cabin. A cabin that everything was in place. The windows were still there. There was no broken windows. Everything there seems like it was just built, left where it was originally built at. Going back to the front door and opening it again. Going inside. Fox, where are you? He thought, seeing his fox behind him. Okay, let's go in. But remember, stay safe. Stay close to me, he said to the fox. The fox just nodded to him. Going inside, and it seems like this place was abandoned. There was old cans from the year 1860. But those older cans from the 70s too. And he thought, what year was it? Really? He remembered the year was 2005. 2005. He thought, looking around the cabin. A calendar was there, showing the year the cabin was last been in. 1985, November the 12th was last crossed out. Wow, he thought, this has been abandoned for so long, but how did it kept in good condition? And the door slammed on itself. Bam! The door slammed. Looking behind him was pitch dark. Then suddenly, lights have came on. Candlelight. And everything was back what it seems. There was new cans in the cupboards. An old-fashioned stove. A good table. And the wooden chairs. Going inside deeper inside the cabin. Looking around. Looking at the detail of the chair. They stopped making these chairs for a very long time, he thought. On a shelf near to him, he saw a picture filled with dust. Picture frame, he thought, dusting the picture frame off, seeing a blurry picture of a man and a girl. He thought to himself, two lovely couples who used to live here. I wonder what happened to them, he thought, shaking and seeing, keep rubbing the picture frame and seeing three kids as well, about his age. This is so, he thought. But he put the picture frame where it was at, afraid that he messed up it, and going inside the kitchen, looking through the cabinets. Fresh food, he thought, not touching none of them. Then he looked at his fox on the chair, sitting down. Get off of there. If you are tired, just lay down on the floor. Oh, look, it's a bed. It seems like a dog bed, he thought. But this dog bed seems unnatural. It's made of wood. And it had an engravement on it. The bed engravement said, Alex. Alex, he thought. An interesting name for a dog. Be careful in this cabin, he told his fox. Go inside one room, the master room, he thought. This room is way bigger than the cabin. Well, it looks like a design. There's a bed. It seems like it never been used for a very long time. It makes sense, he thought. Looking through the cabin and entering each bedroom, it was the same design. Going to the restroom, it was just a hole in the ground. We better leave. Heading out to the exit when they came in, it was locked. What? How is it locked? Laughter was echoing the cabin inside. Huh? Who's there? He yelled. Afraid to hear an answer, he waited for it. Hello? He said again. Is anyone in here? The silence echoed. Then a young kid laughed around him. Turning around, seeing nobody. Holding his fox in his hands. Since he doesn't want to lose his pet fox. What's going on here? He thought. Will we ever get out of this cabin? He tried to kick the door open, but it will not get out. He kicked it and kicked it, overs and overs. He kicked it for hours, but it was still not breaking. It seems like he was just kicking an iron door. A door only for prisoners. An iron cell. That's what he's trapped in. It's getting late, he thought. Taking his fox with him and going inside of one of the rooms. Putting his fox on top of the bed. We just sleep here for a while until the morning comes. The fox just nodded back at him. Don't worry, I promise you, we'll be safe. Closing his eyes, seeing the fox slowly putting his head down. Everything will be okay, he said. Just have a good night. Everything will be perfect tomorrow. We'll find our way out of this cabin and go to the village we were heading to. But the boy did not know. The cabin is close. This area is close. As soon as you go in, there is no way out. Waking up for the last time. Seeing his fox awake as well. And going back to the door and kicking it open and kicking it again and again. He looked at his fox collapsing to the ground. He held his fox in his hands. Please stay with me. Feeling his heart slowly slow down. Please, you're my best friend. He told his pet, I don't want to lose you. But the fox's head collapsed to the floor. His heart stopped beating. I promise you, we'll find our way out. What's a good promise if you left me behind? Saddened of his pet fox leaving him before, putting him, leaving him down, knowing that his pet fox is dead, crying over him. I promise you, we will get out of here if any means necessary. Then he remembered there was an old-fashioned stove. Maybe he can burn the door open with the firewood. He lit the firewood inside the stove and grabbed a log, throwing it out at the door. The door catch on fire. Then he kicked it open to exit. Did not budge. The fire got caught by curtains. This was a bad idea. He coughed. Losing oxygen, he kicked the door open, breaking the door in half, but surrounded in fire. He grabbed his fox, his friend, and went outside and looking at the cabin where he was at, burning to the ground. We're out of the cabin, still holding his fox. Going away from the cabin and seeing a field of flowers. This would be better for you. Here. The field of flowers where he put his friend, his pet, his only companion in the field, collapsed into the ground as well next to his fox. See, I promised we'd get out, but I did not keep our promise to go to the village. But seeing a village next to him, turns out we did. We're finally here. And his last breath was this. You are in heaven. I will slowly go there with you. I will never forget you. He was losing breath. He left his fox in the field of flowers. I promise you, one day we will go back to each other, collapsing in front of the entrance of the village. I'm here. I'm finally here. Then he lived no more. People say his spirit went to heaven with his friend, but he did good. He and his folks lived on in people's stories. If you keep your word, and you will know the satisfaction, even though they're not what it seems. Each ending is better than the last. Thank you for listening. But the story will move on to the next generation of travelers. Hearing that brave story was spread over the world for many years to come. And inside of inside of the valley, inside of the field of the village was a statue of them, the fox and the boy. The fox was licking him. The statue was made of gold, and the engravement around it saying, "Good friends will never leave one behind." So that's the end of them. Until the next story enters. I hope you enjoy the little story. So, this is farewell. My name is Power Scourge, and I will see you in the next meeting. Goodbye.